Hello, good evening, and welcome to tonight's video. Tonight I am here to share with you a fun fold card that is going to make you do a double take. It looks so fancy and complicated, but I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is to put together with just a couple score lines and some folding and some positioning, and you're going to have this card recreated more and more each time. So welcome to Bird's Nest Designs. If we haven't met already, my name is Denise Cox. I am the heart and hands at Bird's Nest Designs and a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and very passionate about sharing my love of creativity with all of you. So say hello when you get here. I love to know who I'm stamping along with. Hi, Gail. Tonight's card, I'm telling you guys, it is going to wow you. It is so fun. I was a little intimidated when I first saw it, but then when I sat down to create, it came together so easily. I can't wait to make it with you. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Kathy. All right, so bear with me. I am still not feeling 100%, but I am getting better. So if I start coughing, I will try to mute the camera, but that's all that's left hanging on. So here we go. It's gonna get better, hopefully by the end of the weekend. Hi, Barb. Trying to watch from Mexico. Well, I hope you're enjoying some beautiful sunshine. Okay, so we're going to create tonight's card using the Wildflower Birthday Designer Series paper from Stampin' Up. I have a sample that I created ahead of time using the Kintsugi Inspirations suite. So I'll show you guys that one as our template, but the one we're making tonight, I've never made before, so we're going to make it here live. I might be asking for your input, so get your fingers ready on that keyboard to let me know what you think. All right. If you're watching the replay, please say hello as well and welcome to my channel. If you're here for the very first time, I'm so glad you found us. If you enjoyed tonight's video, please click that subscribe button, that little heart or the thumbs up. It all helps to spread the word and get my channel out there. So thank you, everybody. I'm going to turn the camera down and we're going to get to crafting. Okay, so as I mentioned, we're going to use this gorgeous Wildflower Birthday Designer Series paper. I do believe it is now retired, but I happen to have a little bit and it's just perfect for this, this card design. Hi, Stacy from Nova Scotia. Welcome. Okay, so we're going to be using some really fun colors. We've got some pretty in pink, some pool party white, and then of course that beautiful paper. So tonight's card is called a double pillar floating card. Okay, now it sounds complicated, but I'm going to show you how easy it is as we break it down step by step. So before we get started on this one, let me show you the sample card I made. So here is the front, nice and simple, right? It looks nice and easy. And then when we open it up, we have these two pillars that float. Oop, can you guys see that? So these pop up. It's a little hard to see from the camera, but those pop up and then it can just sit on display like this. So super cool card. What do you guys think of that? Are you excited to learn how to make it? All right. So don't forget, on Sunday, the blog post will be live. All of the dimensions, our measurements, some photos, all that will be there so you can follow along and recreate this if you missed them in the video tonight. So first thing you're going to want to do is start with a card base. As I mentioned, I'm using Pretty in Pink. It's 8.5 by 5.5, and you need to score it at 2 1/8, 4 1/4, and 6 3/8. So I've already got those score lines there. So we're gonna go ahead. Now all you're gonna do, this is not as hard as it looks, I promise. Kathy's saying, wow, it looks complicated. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna fold that in half, just like a regular card. Okay, so now we've got our card base folded and we've got score lines both front and back. That's okay, that's what we want. You're just going to give those a quick little fold in like that for now. Don't burnish them. They're just there for placement at the moment. All right, so we've got that. Let's set that off aside. Excuse me. Okay, next we're going to move to our pool party. So for pool party, you need two strips that are 1 7/8 wide by 5 1/4. These are for the front layer of the card. So then you're going to need two more pieces of pool party that are 2 3/4 by 4 1/4, and these are for those inside pop-out pieces. Okay, so you've got those pieces. Again, these measurements will all be on the blog post on Sunday. you're going to need a couple pieces of white that are 2.5 by 4. And then we've got some designer series paper. So use whatever you have in your stash. I'm just using this one because I need some birthday cards and I love this paper because of course it's pink. So we're going to use this tonight, but you can use whatever you have in your stash. And if you love the kintsugi, you can always go ahead and recreate the one like I made here. Okay, so for designer series paper, we've got 2 pieces that are 1 5/8 by 5. And as I go through these, we're actually going to put them into place. So what we're going to do is we're going to layer these on the front. Now, if you've ever made a Z fold card, this is very similar measurements that you would use on that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to attach this. I'm going to use these fun florals. Like I said, we're making this particular version for the first time here tonight. So let's hope I pick the right patterns and it all comes together pretty. All right, so we got flowers for that one. All right, I'd love to know. Hi, Anita. Hi, Tracy. I'd love to know if you guys have made this type of card before or even ever seen it, because I was like so impressed when I saw it, and then to be truthful, I was a little intimidated, but I thought, no, I'm gonna give it a whirl, and it is so much easier than it looks. Okay, so we've got those 2 pieces. Now we're gonna come back to our card base, and those are gonna go on the front. So remember, our card opens like this. Yes, there's score lines, but it's just a normal fold like that. So we're gonna go ahead and attach those pool party strips. Right here to the front of our card. Okay, so get them placed evenly on either side of that score line. Just like that. Oh, let's scooch this one over just a little bit. Okay. Hello, Heather. Welcome. Better late than never. We're here tonight making this fabulous double pillar floating card. So you're just in time. We've got this much of the card done. And here again is our inside. Okay, so the next thing you're going to need for pieces are 2 pieces of designer series paper. And these are 4 by 5 1/4. And you're going to score them. So with the 4-inch side at the top, we're going to score at 1/2, then at 2, and then at 3 1/2. So essentially what you're doing is you're creating these 1/2-inch panels on either side. So we'll go ahead, we'll fold this one in. Okay, so 1/2-inch panels on either side. And then it's going to fold in half on that 2-inch score line. Okay, so we're creating this type of fold. If I show it that way, you guys can see how I'm folding that. All right. Okay, so now let's go ahead. We're gonna burnish this one, okay? Because we want those to stay nice and folded. Hi, Mary. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing over here. So again, we scored it at 1/2, 2 inches, and 3 1/2. So fold to make those 1/2-inch panels, and then fold again in half on that 2-inch line. Okay. And then go ahead and burnish that with your bone folder. And now we have those 2 pieces ready to go in our card, okay? So again, nothing's complicated yet, right? We're just scoring and folding. That's all we're doing. Okay, so this piece, I'm going to explain to you what I did here. So these pieces are each 3/4 of an inch wide by 3 inches long. But what I did to make life easier is I cut a 3 by 3 piece. Now I'm trying to put this together and it's not probably going to work. Okay, I cut a 3 by 3 piece. Let's see how it was here. Like this. Okay, so this was my 3 by 3 piece of designer series paper. Now you do want this to be designer paper because then it's thinner than cardstock, okay? So with your 3 by 3 piece, what you want to do is you're going to score it at 1/2, 1, 2, and then 2 1/2. And then if you take it and turn it, so your score lines are going this way, you're going to turn it, and then you're going to cut it into 3/4 strips. And then that way you're only scoring once instead of having to score all the little pieces. So that's my little tip. So just to refresh, these are each 3/4 of an inch by 3 inches, and they're scored at 1/2, 1, 2, and 2.5. Okay. All right. For these ones, what we're going to do is we are going to, let me just double check. I don't want to tell you guys this wrong. Okay, so you're going to take the 1 and 2 score lines like this. Okay, so you're folding it into thirds, and then you're going to fold back on this one and back on that one. So you're going to create 4 that look like that. Okay, so we can do that quickly. Keep those comments coming. All right, so we're gonna fold, oops, we're gonna fold this one on the back like that. Open and fold. Okay, this one will do the same. Okay, now I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. There we go. Okay, and then fold back on that one. Oops. And last one. That. And like that. Okay, so you're going to have all 4 pieces that you just cut all folded like that. And we will go ahead and burnish them when we're ready to use them. But for now, this is as far as we're going to go. Okay. So the next thing that we want to do is decorate our little panels. So do you remember on here, this is my sample card. So on these 2 panels here, that's what we're going to create now. They won't really show, Mary, but when we go to put it together, I'll give you a little tip on that too. Okay, so now we're going to layer these. Oh, I just need to get a drink of water before I start coughing again. Oh, okay. So these pieces here are going to go on like that. Now from this fabulous paper, we get these great cutouts, and I thought these are too pretty not to use. So we're going to just use some cutouts on tonight's card. This one I want on the front. I want the balloons for the front of my card. But I thought, how cute and how perfect does this little birthday cake fit on there? So we're going to go ahead and adhere that. I was going to use my seal, but I actually think I'm going to use my fussy glue, my liquid glue here. And if it's going to come out, just so I can get some on the edge here without getting it all over my desk. Huh, maybe it's not going to come out. Give it a shake and see what happens. Well, isn't that just the way things go, right? When you're going to use it, now it's going to come bursting out at me. What is happening here? Look at this. This is like all dried glue. It's like not sticky at all. That is the strangest thing. Okay, so we're going to put that one off to the side. Never mind that. Disregard that little. I'm just going to grab one more bottle of glue because, you know, like most of you, I'm sure I have more than one. So we'll grab this one. Hopefully it's not all dry. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay. So I've got some glue on there, and I'm going to go ahead and attach that to the center of this white panel. And then we can go ahead and attach that to the pool party. So when you're using the supplies that you have, whatever you want to make this card into yourself, then you can go ahead and you can stamp this, you can decorate with DSP, you can handwrite on it, you can do whatever you want on here. Oh my goodness, Anita, are you kidding me? You had 8 bottles? What is the problem with it, I wonder? Okay, on this one, we're going to put a little balloon. But I think what we should do first is a little bit of stamping, because I want to have some sentiments on this. So for my sentiments for this birthday card, I am using the Branching Out stamp set. I absolutely love how these sentiments pair together. And this is one that I don't believe it's available anymore, but if you have it, that's awesome. You can use it. If you don't, you can use anything you have, okay? So we're going to use this one. And I like it because it has 3 sentiments that kind of flow together. All right, so I've chosen 3 ink pads. I'm not sure what color. What color do you guys think we should use for the words? I've got Blueberry Bushel, which ties in with our cake stands. I've got Pool Party or Pretty in Pink. So while I'm figuring out what I want to do on here and gluing this white piece down, let me know what color ink you think we should use. Okay. I'm seeing comments that maybe it froze and maybe it did freeze in transit. I'm not sure. I did call Stampin' Up because I had a couple other bottles, but they weren't really able to help me. So that was, I was not expecting that one to also be like that. Okay. So we've got that one glued. All right, Blueberry Bushel. All right, you guys are reading my mind because that is the one I thought to use as well. It's going to pop against our pretty soft colors here. Okay, so we've got Blueberry Bushel. Now for this one in the inside, you guys will see how this will all transition together once we get it done. But I'm going to stamp Sent with Lots of Love onto this one. I'm going to put it slightly to the right-hand side, just a little bit. Okay. Excuse me, I'm so sorry, you guys. I figured I would maybe not be able to coughing a whole bunch, and I didn't want to miss doing this video with you. So now I think we're going to put that little balloon there, because I don't know about you, but I think that's super cute. So we're going to put that balloon there. So cute, you guys. I love this paper. I'm going to be so sad when my stashes ran out. All right, so on this one, I do want to also put a sentiment. I want to have happiest birthday wishes on here. Now, it doesn't fit there because the cake itself is too wide, but that's why we have fun things like punches. So I think if I use my 1.5 inch punch, it's going to cut out that circle. So I'm just going to grab a piece out of my, oh, that might not be big enough, my white stash here. We're going to punch out a 1.5 inch circle. That one has a mark on it. Let's flip it on over. Okay, and then we can stamp that happiest birthday wishes right on the circle. And now we can go ahead and we can adhere that to our card wherever we want it to go. And I think it looks pretty right there because then you can still see the stand, you can still see the cake. I'm tempted to put it on bumpets, but it is the inside of the card and it's already a fairly thick card. So I think I'll just use regular adhesive there. Okay. Now what we're going to do, we're going to set those 2 aside. We'll come back to the front in just a bit, but let's go ahead and assemble the inside of this card, okay? So we've got our pieces. Now, nothing's been hard yet, right? Do you agree? Nothing here has been hard. It's just folding and scoring, doing some fun little decorating. Okay, so let's open that card up. And again, now you can see we have those 4 panels, correct? So here, let's keep in mind this middle one is of course our center fold of the card. And these 2 here are what we're gonna center our mechanism on. So what you're gonna wanna do is take one piece of your designer series paper and you're gonna put adhesive. I'm gonna use liquid glue here. You're gonna put adhesive along the strip like that. And then you're going to put adhesive along this 1/2 inch strip. Just like that. You don't need a ton. Okay, this glue is really potent. All right, so now, well, it doesn't matter where you start, but the idea here is you're going to fold those panels in and you're going to center that score line on your designer paper with the score line on the card base. And then you're going to just glue it down. Okay? Just like that. So now when we open that card, you see what's happening? We're creating that pop out. Just like that. So easy, right? Okay, now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to make this a little easier on myself. I'm actually going to flatten it first, and then we'll go ahead and we'll add that adhesive. And a little bit more adhesive there. And then we're going to center it over our score lines so the score lines are matching up. Okay, and then we're going to push that down so it's going to stick there. And now we have our double pillars. Okay, so when we open the card and it's going to pop like this, there's our double pillars. So how easy is that? Super simple, right? All right, okay. Now, this part is these little mechanisms here. So what these are is they're going to go on our designer paper like this. And where these two folds meet, right back here, those are going to go on either side of the score line, just like that. So in answer to your question about whether or not will you be able to see them and does it matter which way you fold them, here's what I'm going to show you. Do you see them when you're opened like this? No. But when they're popped open, if you were to look from the side, you do see them. So it depends how picky you want to be about what the pattern shows, but I am going to use it so that the matching pattern to what is here, okay? Does that make sense? I hope that answers your question. If not, ask me again and I'll clarify. Okay, so now take this one, squish it down just like a spring, okay? Make it nice and squished down. And then we'll put some adhesive on either side. And then we're just going to either side of that score line. Can you guys see what I'm doing? I'm just placing that just like that, okay? So it's not necessarily particular about where these get placed, but you do want to make sure that this is going to be able to sit on top of it, okay? So again, take another one. I should have been folding these, burnishing them. I forgot we hadn't already done that. Okay, so then go ahead, add your adhesive to this one. Same thing, a little bit lower down. We're going to put them on either side of that score line. And just push them down so that they're gonna, and then you'll see they'll pop out just like this. Okay, so two more to do. Same thing on the opposite side. I'd love to know what you guys think so far of this card. Are you wowing how easy it is, or how much of a, what should I say, like a wow factor? Because that's what I thought. I'm like, oh, this is a really fancy card. And that one, and then we'll do our last one. Okay, same thing. Let's just give it a little bit of glue there. Glue there. Either side of that score line, and you can line it up by just looking, like from where I'm sitting, I can see where those are sitting. It's a little bit hard, I'm sure, from where you guys are looking at, but I can see when I look here that those are on either side of that score line. Do you see that? Okay. Now, let those just glue, the glue just dry. Make sure it's nice and dry before we go to the next step. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put these panels centered onto those mechanisms, okay? So a little bit of glue here, a little bit of glue there. We'll put our cake one here on the left-hand side. We're going to center it. Oh, look at you guys are loving it. I love that. Okay, now here we're going to take this one. I love that we can take these like complicated cards and break them down and show you just how easy it is. Because sometimes it's intimidating to look at, but when you just take it step by step, one thing at a time, it's really very simple to make. So this one we're going to put on two. We're going to try and line them up across so that they're lined up horizontally from one another, if we can. Okay. And then there you go. There's your pillars. Fun, hey? And look, when it closes, it just closes like a regular card. It'll fit in a regular envelope. It is a bit thicker, so depending on your postal system, it may or may not cost you extra to mail, but so worth it because when you open that card, like, oh, so fun. It's just so fun. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and finish the front. Now there's some couple tips I want to tell you about the front. Because when your card is open, it does need to open like this, right? Your pillars are going to be, so when they're popped open, this back panel, your card base folds. So what that means is you do not want to have something glued all the way across here because then it will not let that side pop. Okay, so what you want to do, just like I did over here, you want to make sure that it's only attached to one side or the other, not both. Okay. So what we're going to do for this one, let's see, I think these balloons are super fun. And I think they're going to look really cute just like that. But of course we need some bumpets. So let's go ahead and put bumpets on our balloons. Okay, on just the left-hand side. That should fit there. And then I did bring some minis, some little baby guys here. And we're going to put one down here in our string. Okay, now we can go ahead and peel those bags. Peel off those dimensional bags. Come on, there we go. All right. Okay, so now I just want to be very careful and mindful that this dimensional does not go beyond my score line. So I'm actually just going to hold my finger there for now. Okay, so now those balloons still allow me to do that and they still look fabulous on the front. All right, and then I want to stamp this, wishing you a day filled with many happy moments for the front. That will fit on here, but I do want to trim it. So let me just bring in my trimmer here. I feel like, without measuring, I'm going to feel like it's going to be like 3/4. And then we're going to stamp again with our blueberry bushel. Good choice, you guys, everybody who put in their vote for that one. Let's go ahead and stick that on here. All right, now that's going to go across. So we're going to need to trim that just a little bit. I don't want all that white space on the end. So I'm just going to grab my snips. Of course, you could do it with your trimmer. Okay, so again, I want this to go across here, but I don't want to glue it here, right? I don't want it to hinder my fold. So I'm going to attach this here. Like, how do I want it? I think it's like that. And then I think I do have room. So I'm going to just pop a little bumpet right in here. And so there's the front of our card. And then when it opens up, we have this beautiful inside. Okay, and it was so easy to make. So wishing you a day filled with many happy moments, happiest birthday wishes sent with lots of love. So lots of endearing sentiments in this card, beautiful paper, lots of sparkle, a fantastic fold. I would be so thrilled to get this for my birthday, wouldn't you? All right, I'm going to do a few little extra finishing touches and then I'll bring the other card in side by side to show you guys some different variations. Thank you, Barb. Okay, I think I brought in these flowers because I did want to put in a little extra flower bits in here. So I think that looks really fun right there. Add a little flowers, give some more color to that side there. And then maybe on the front we could add, do we want to add some flowers there? I don't know. I just think they're so pretty. So I think why not? Right? Why not? A little bit of glue there. We can just put them right over top of our knot in our strings there. So cute. All right, and then I think a little bit of bling is going to go a long way. So what kind of bling do we want to use? Let me just see. I brought in some in color with the pretty in pink. I brought in these faceted gems because they're my favorite. And then I brought in these. These are too muted. These aren't going to pop enough, so we're going to go with my favorites, the faceted gems. All right, so go ahead and we'll stick some of these on. Maybe we'll put one here, one there, another one down here. I don't know, they could go anywhere. They're just a little bit of extra sparkle. Just something fun. So I got 3 on there. You can add as many as you want. But there you have it. There's tonight's card. And you guys, in less than half an hour, because I did chit chat a little in the beginning, we've made step by step with instruction this fabulous card. What do you guys think of that? Are you going to try it? Are you inspired to give that a whirl? So awesome. I love it. Now I do want to mention that I got this design from Connie Stewart over at Simply Simple Stamping. It's always a tongue twister. So thanks, Connie, for the inspiration. But I loved how to use this paper to recreate that beautiful fold. And here's the sample I made ahead of time using the Kintsugi suite. So very pretty as well. Same sentiments because I love them. And then on the inside, we've got this fun little fold and mechanism in there. All right, so you guys, I would love to know which one of these cards most inspires you, and are you feeling encouraged, inspired, and courageous enough to give this card a whirl? All right, I'm seeing some comments coming in. I'm going to come back. Thank you guys for bearing with me through my little bit of coughing here and my cold. Like I said, it's at the tail end, but I'm not quite 100% yet. Looks like everybody is like loving the wow of this card. I just love that. Yeah, so I'm so excited to have you here tonight with me. Thank you for spending some of your Thursday evening here. And if you do give this card a try, I would love for you to share it with me. You can head on over to Bird's Nest Designs Facebook page, post it there. You can send me an email. I love to see what you're creating. And we can share that way too. So let's share our inspiration and give, or even just come back here and comment that you gave it a try. All right, everybody, thank you again for being here. I do plan to be back Thursday, 8 p.m. next week. We're going to do a little bit of craft from your stash. So one layout, 2 ways, or old and new, however you want to look at it. I love to reach deep into my stash and recreate the same card using something old and something new. So I hope you'll join me for that one too. Thank you, everybody. Make sure to subscribe if you aren't already. Hit those thumbs up, hit the heart button, share the video, all the things that help spread the word of my channel. So thank you again, everybody. Have a fabulous weekend, and we'll see you all soon. Cheers.